Hello, everyone. Welcome to my second cast ever of Heroes Lounge. Tonight we have Probe 1 facing off against Phi Mu Rho Gaming. These two teams right now, one of them is 3-0, that's Probe 1 with 6 map wins, and Phi Mu Rho Gaming is 2-1 with 5 map wins. So again, Probe 1 is undefeated right now, but Phi Mu Rho is only 1 map win behind them right now. So this looks like it'll be an interesting series here tonight. I just realized my bed isn't made. Anyway, I think that this will be a fun series. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes down. I've personally played against Probe 1 in the past. They are a Tespa team. So I'm interested to see how they perform tonight. What about you, funbunz? How do you feel about this?
I'm very excited for my third ever co-cast here with the man himself, Moshi1317.
All right.
We're starting it out already, Mochirito.
Okay, wow, that's 2 already. Okay. Yep.
How you been doing?
I've been doing all right. School's kind of hard, but these games are super, super fun. And between you and me, we average 2.5 games casted ever total.
Dude, we're making it. We're doing it
And
live.
you're going to average about 50 mistakes of how to pronounce my name per game at this rate. So, we've got ways to go. You're still sitting on the floor, Matlock. I will fight you in real life, okay? For anybody who actually maybe thinks that's true, all right? Hey, how you doing? My name's Mockery. Nice to meet you. There's the floor. Here's me. How you doing? There's the bed. It's just a really high bed. See? Nope. You can see, there's my foot, my little U of H socks. Here's me. Here's the bed. Not sitting on the floor.
Wait,
I'll
you
fight
don't sit on the floor?
I will fight everybody in this chat. All of the viewers, especially my co-caster, Matlock, everyone. You're all getting fought.
I've seen your stream so many times, and I swear to God you were sitting there. I'm glad I figured it out now.
Alright, so we're just waiting on one more player right now on the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming. I think this is going to be an interesting one, though. And our first map is actually going to be on Infernal Shrines, with Phi Mu Rho Gaming, the team that is currently down a person, taking the first pick. So this map was selected by the side of Probe 1. Let me look over here to see the map bans. We have, on the side of Probe 1, bans of Tomb of the Spider Queen and Volskaya Foundry. And on the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming, we have bans on Cursed Hollow, which I can feel because that map is garbage, and Garden of Terror. How do you feel about those, funbunz?
I feel like the Garden ban was a misban.
Was a misban?
Yeah, why would you not want to play on Garden of Terror?
Yeah, so it's a fun standpoint. Is that what we're going for here?
Yeah,
like you wouldn't miss up a chance to.
It's all about fun.
Yeah, okay. I want to see the haunted mines. That's the real competition right here.
All I'm saying is I haven't seen a Garden game in actually I don't think I've ever seen a Garden game.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever seen a Garden game.
Dude, we need to be experimenting out here.
Yeah, we gotta bring something fresh for the people. Give the people what they want. You would fight me? Yes, Lexia. Put them up. I'll fight anybody in this chat.
But I don't blame them for banning it. Not a lot of teams practice it, so it makes sense trying to not get cheesed
become the Garden of Terror gods. That's the strategy. You secretly you secretly practice the map that no one plays, and everyone kind of has a gentleman's agreement. You don't ban it, we don't ban it, it's pseudo-banned, we're not gonna play it, you're not gonna play it. And then you're like, aha, I'm here to ruin it for everybody. And you pull up playing Garden of Terror, dude. That's the way to go. That's the next level strategy. That's the evolution in the Heroes Lounge meta that I'm waiting to see right now.
It's not a bad strat. Oh, looks like we got...
Did we get everybody in? Alrighty, looks like everyone is in... They're saying they might need just 1 extra minute, if that's okay. Rucktel seems to have joined the lobby. I just played against Rucktel earlier today. They are on California State University, Long Beach. So it's kind of weird to see him again. I don't know if this person's a sub, or is Rucktel subbing? But looks like we're getting ready to go into the draft one way or the other here. Yes, he's on the roster.
I'm looking at their roster, and he is on there, so he is a sub if they need him.
All right, fantastic. Looks like we are going to get started in just about a minute here, one way or the other. We're giving the people HGC, Matlock. That still hurts. All right, Matt. I'll never feel fully healed after the death of HGC.
My heart.
Okay, they're saying they're going to start at 15 minutes after the hour if they don't have their 5th ready, and they're going to move forward with Rucktel as the sub. Otherwise, if their main player does get there, then they will play with them instead. Maybe BlizzCon will announce the return of HGC. That's a hilarious joke, KNS Gaming. That's a good one right there.
Wait, you don't think it'll happen?
I'm really thirsty.
Honestly, I hope they just say anything about Hots.
They're starting the draft. Okay. What's my draft?
I guess we're in there.
All right, we're in the draft. I didn't see anything in the countdowns or anything. Like, there was no. I didn't see a "Hey, are you guys ready?" There was no casters. Are you guys ready? They're just like, ah.
Bro, you know how it is. If you're in lobby, you're ready. That's just how it is.
Yeah. We're on Infernal Shrines. Phi Mu Rho Gaming has the first pick in the series in the start of this best of 3, brought to you by Heroes Lounge North America, Season 3, Division 1. We see an Alex Straza band coming out from Phi Mu Rho. This is probably her best map, or at least her most consistently picked map right there. And the immediate Maiev response coming out of Probe 1.
Yeah,
interesting bands.
Standard. I don't know about the Alex, but...
Yeah, I feel like Alex is pretty counterable. I've never been a big fan of the first man Alex. You know, like you've got Ana, you've got Deckard, you've got Anubrak, you've got Junkrat. There's a million things that can disrupt her, so...
Maybe they did a bit of research, and these are actually counter bans right now.
Ooh, maybe. Is that how you feel about the ETC ban?
Yeah, ETC's been very strong, but there's just a lot of tanks you could pick. You could go with the Joe, you could go with the Diablo, a Noob.
And it's such a good Johanna map, too. You know? Such a good Diablo map, too, and a Noob's always good. Like
Onduin.
That's an interesting one as well. Definitely a bit of a break from the usual with the second bans from each team, and there's the Johanna that we mentioned on to Albatox for the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming. What are we going to see in response? Real professional here.
Ana's still up if Probe 1 wants it. It's a very strong pick.
Yeah, there's a ton of ways they could go. I like picking your support early. Ana Jaina would be a very strong start right here. I love Jaina for the wave clear, the area control, but they go for the Stukov instead. I will say, one thing that I like already, and this is something I talk about like every cast, is that just, or at least every time I'm like analyzing, is that that's a very sort of easy play style to play. You just pick a target, you CC them, and just everybody presses their buttons on that target. You just throw your circles down, you know? So,
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we'll see that right here coming
Speaking
out.
of circles,
Speaking
Lucio
of
pick.
circles.
It looks like you got Greymane too.
That is a bit of an interesting Greymane pick for me right there. He definitely applies camp pressure, and the cocktail can get very consistent value on the shrine, but I do feel like it's a bit of an early pick without that much reason to go for it. But it can still be very useful here.
This is pretty similar to the macro style comp that teams run with Anubrak, Lucio, Greymane, but instead of a noob, they got the Joe. They could just be like running around the map trying to take towers and stuff. That's a decent strategy.
Cast. Alright, Matlock, it's been 2 casts. I've said it both casts. It is technically true. I say it every cast. Alright. The Sylvanas band coming out from Probe 1. Just a generally strong pick. I'm of the opinion that just Sylvanas is pretty generically good, especially when the enemy team doesn't have that much dive threat. And even into dive threat, she can often just go Q-build and be okay. And the Diablo band coming out on the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming. So Anubrak's still on the table, I gotta say, funbunz. I want to see if they go for it.
Yeah, the Cocoon Wrap is very good into the Lucio, because apparently sounds do not play through Cocoon Wrap.
It's too absorbent, man. It's soundproof in there, you know?
Let's see what they pick up here.
Okay,
Go with the
right?
Leo.
And Cassia. Okay. That's a bit of an interesting one. I'm not quite sure that Phi Mu Rho Gaming has invested enough into the auto-attacking with just a lone Greymane so as to justify the Cassia pick. But one thing I will say is that with Cassia, what I'm always thinking about is I'm worried about my Cassia getting CC chained, because her avoidance is only active while she's moving, so you gotta think about, okay, we need a cleanse for her, or we need to pick her into low CC. And I will say, to their credit, Phi Mu Rho Gaming does not have a lot of CC. They don't have a lot of auto attack either, but at the same time, I'm not too worried about Davidiakos going down on that Cassia. And now
At the same time, though,
go for it.
iProbe 1 has very little CC for that Sonya. This might be... And they didn't get a stun. They have 0 stuns.
That is a big surprise to me, because I thought for sure, after seeing the Jaina Stukov start, that we would see a sort of play style where you just isolate a target and you just press all your buttons on them. And that can be accomplished in a few different ways. That can be a stun tank, that can be a Maiev that pulls everybody in, that can be an Entomb, which to their credit they do have, but I think the Entomb, you have to deal with the cooldown, it's a little bit less consistent. We'll see how this goes. Overall, I think that looking back at it in hindsight, now that the draft is complete, I'm kind of more in the favor of the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming. I think they've got a lot of macro pressure, and that their general team fight win con is fairly straightforward, and if they just press all their buttons, things will kind of work out. Whereas on Probe 1, I think I see a little bit more sort of good positioning and teamwork required to really make their team fight win con work.
Yeah, because you're going for whatever their team name is, I gotta go with my boys on Probe 1. I'm just a huge fan of Leoric. And you got the Jaina Blizzards on the Arthas Roots. They have a lot of damage on the side of iProbe 1. Little CC, but I think they can pull it off here.
Oh yeah. Let me see here. Honestly though, like I said, this could be either team's game at this point. Greymane could end up struggling into the Arthas. I could really see it going either way here. So on the left side we have Zadie on the Jaina. Alright, I don't know what homie's name is on the Arthas, but that's Ox on the Arthas, really on the Stukov, Davidiakos on the Cassia, and Thunderblade on the Lunara. Or sorry, on Leoric. That's not a Lunara, that's not a deer.
That's not a deer.
Alright.
Alright, and on the right side we got Ruktel on the Greymane, I just fizzed on the Sonya, Envy on the Lucio, Albatox on the Joe, and Akio on the Junkrat.
I think that's Echo. Maybe Echo on the Junkrat.
Alright, Moshi, don't tell me how to pronounce names.
Oh, already the spray's coming out right then. Really not looking to drop that Lurking Arm for a while. So I'm going to keep it right here. Immediately the wave clear coming out.
Yeah, Phi Mu Rho has very good early game wave clear. I hope they try to take advantage of that early with their rotations.
Yep, we're starting to see that out right here. I love this move from Envy right here. Disrupt the enemy rotations. He knows that they have the wave clear advantage right here, and they can force the enemy team to react more slowly as they're forced to catch up and try and get to this missed soak right here.
I like that Sonya's already mid right now, clearing that up, just because she's bodying Leo right now in the wave clear department.
Here, give me just 1 second. Screen's gonna freeze for just a second here, stream. And we're back. Sorry about that, had to fix something related to an audio issue. And here we go, the 4-man rotation down. They're desperately trying to catch up to this minion wave. Looks like they're not gonna miss any soak, but Probe 1 is significantly behind on the camp race right here. Phi Mu Rho Gaming already nearly finished with their first camp, as Probe 1 hasn't even started one for them. Going for the invade, I don't know if this is going to work.
Yeah, just a lot of Junkrat value coming out. I don't know if you saw that, but Lucio actually booped the Arthas into the Junkrat route.
Oh, I did not notice that. Alright, that's
good.
Fairly impressive, if intentional. And again, wow, we see an early invade coming out. We've got Cassia attempting to clear the mid-wave right now. Hasn't even put any damage onto the Khazra camp. Sieging down. Albatox just warding the bush. And
looks like it's free.
yeah, I don't think they can respond to it. Oh, wait, you gotta finish it off. You gotta finish it off. Okay, maybe a little bit of a hiccup right there.
It looks like they're just gonna walk away here.
Triple Stukov with the infest. Ooh.
Looks like we're just back to lanes again.
Alrighty, and the camps just don't stop. On the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming, already onto this bottom camp for a 3-camp lead in the early game.
Yeah, it's a very, very solid early game macro so far from Phi Mu Rho. But we're going to have objective coming up, so
That would be Phi Mu
Can't
Rho.
work out.
There, my lovely
Mu Rho?
co-caster. Yeah, Phi Mu Rho.
I don't know how to pronounce their names.
Alrighty, and once again, it looks like both teams are actually going to be about even in this Bruiser race right here. Thunderblade and Davidiakos starting it out on the side of Probe 1, and as we go to the other side of the map, we can see actually 4 people on it for the side of Phi Mu Rho.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna get capped at the same time though. The Sonya's already clearing out mid lane though, so they should have an advantage going into the shrine here.
Leoric's still top lane right now. Phi Mu Rho has 5 people on this objective, whereas Leoric's still rotating down right now. Albatox telling Arthas to get out of here as they get back onto the clear. And they're already up 9 so far, before Leoric even arrives.
Yeah, looks like iProbe used looking to poke in here. Got the silence out.
Oh wow, Arthas already going down. I'm sorry, I was looking around over there. I didn't expect him to stay in for so long, but a beautiful Arthas kill on the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming. Ructel, though, with the response from Zadie goes down as well. Zadie putting more damage onto Envy. Thunderblade getting knocked into Phi Mu Rho, though, by Echo on the Junkrat. Not exactly a stellar response from Probe 1, but beautiful punishes on the mispositions from the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming so far. Secures them this first objective.
Easy first shrine for Phi Mu Rho.
Oh, Davidiakos? Davidiakos?
The boop.
Oh, the Condemn just barely doesn't connect. Really and Zadie rotating over, trying to make sure that their homie makes it out alive. And now it looks like the siege will just continue. That Bruiser camp from Phi Mu Rho is still alive in the top lane, I must note. Although it looks like it just went down. Both teams, solo laners, trading out in the top lane right now.
Yeah, not a bad first shrine. We got a whole wall, up a level or half a level so far. And they're just back to camping again.
Yeah, and immediately back to the camps. I love it. Anytime there's a second of downtime, they run to this camp. But Probe 1 knows this. They've got all 5 people here. They're pressuring it out right away.
And it looks like iProbe 1's just going to pick up the camp.
Albatox with the Condemn, walking back in, chattering teeth, zoning out the range DPS right now. They're going to walk out of here just fine. Oh, the Concussion Mine onto Ox. Maybe a little bit scary on the side of Probe 1, but the Lurking Arm for the peel, and he still goes down anyway. I thought he might have made it out there.
Yeah,
Oh wait, and Asonia died in the mid lane though, with the response kill from Probe 1.
Ooh, very nice, my Probe 1.
Alright, Zadie's gonna
They're gonna go for a camp again?
That's what I would be doing right now. I think you don't exactly need everybody mid right now. You know that the other team's down a person. Jaina did just Hearth, although they may not have had vision of it. I think this would have been the time to pressure it out, but it looks like by the time they get onto this, we are going to have Zadie and Ox rotating in pretty soon. Right here.
It's going to be a trade of camps here.
Yep. We've got Probe 1 taking their camp with Phi Mu Rho Gaming taking the contested camp right now. In my opinion, slightly in the favor of Phi Mu Rho Gaming here.
I want to point out that Arthas didn't take the... What's it called? I'm just going to call it IBF. Forgot the actual name of the
Icebound Fortitude.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
He actually went for Rune Tap rather than the CC reduction.
That's a bit of an interesting choice there.
I don't hate it.
They are lacking in CC.
Yeah.
Phi Mu Rho Gaming. And there's a lot of potential for auto-attacking this game. You're into double front line, and you're on Infernal Shrines where there's always something to hit. So I can understand the logic behind it. Alrighty, here we've got a bit of an engage. I just fizzed, already going straight to the back line. Ziddy responding with the Water Elemental. Riptire on 3 people. Thunderblade super low, goes down. Albatox not letting go of this chase just yet. Massive shove from Really, knocking Albatox out of the fight, but it's a bloodbath for those who are left. Davidiakos and Ox both down.
That was a pretty rough fight. Junkrat tired, connected on about 2 or 3 members there. It's not too bad for Phi Mu Rho though.
I gotta say, just I saw that Riptire come out, and then everybody seemed to be in the wrong position after, you know? Like, the damage is definitely a key component, but I also feel like even the spread right there sort of contributed to that sort of discombobulated team fight that we saw right there from Probe 1. You got somebody over here, somebody over there, and again, Phi Mu Rho, if I'm seeing anything out of them so far, I'm seeing the ability to punish targets that are out of position. That has played like a dream so far with the usage of their CC, and especially the concussion mines and the riptires coming out from Akos so far.
Yeah, it looks like iProbe 1 has the position advantage here. They got to the shrine nice and early, but they didn't get the camp out.
So they are on a bit of a timer here to that Bruiser camp in the top lane. Massive shove coming out from Really, and Tomb onto Rucktail and Envy from Thunderblade. Davidiako's trying to respond with the damage, but the Riptire is huge!
Oh, these Riptires are too big.
Alright. Damage coming out from Zadie, not exactly finding herself in the position that she wants to be in. And Phi Mu Rho's gonna clean it up one more time. The AoE damage is just insane. It's off the charts. We see them looking for an engage, you know, Thunderblade walking right in there saying, I've hit a fat Entomb, I've got Lucio, I've got 2 people in it. Let's kill them. And then just the immediate counter engage with the response on the side of Phi Mu Rho, responding with that Riptire. It's beautiful. Anytime Probe 1 tries to go in, you have that immediate response into just snap massive AoE damage, spreading the enemy team, getting them down. Both AoE and one-on-one, or one-by-one. It's beautiful to watch so far.
The Leo hit a fat Entomb, but there just wasn't enough CC follow-up for it.
Oh, bullet onto Davidiakos, goes down with the immediate pressure from Albatox and I Just Fizzed. The double root onto those two may actually slow it down and prevent any more kills right now, but this fort's definitely gone. In addition to possibly a mid-keep if they decide to play it out here, looks like they will.
Yeah.
I want to see a concussion mine play here. Oh, Junkrat's thinking about it, didn't quite get it. Punisher's going down pretty quickly, I think all they're going to get is the wall.
They're just going to keep sieging. Looks like they're going to back out now. Opting for going for waves to soak and stuff. Phi Mu Rho gonna go for the camp invade here. I like this because they do have that 13 talent advantage here. And the Junkrat.
Which is a pretty big one as well, if Johanna went Blessed Hammers, which she did. It's a very big scouting upgrade, gives you a lot of range on vision right there.
Wait, I just realized.
What's up?
They went Syndra.
They went Syndra? Oh, did they? They did go Syndra Ghost, alright.
It's already been 2 levels and I didn't realize it.
I didn't notice either. But that is a very interesting decision. I tend to think of Syndra as a bit of a snowball talent, you know? If you've got an advantage on those Punishers, it makes them better. If you're able to take those aggressive engages, it really is suited for those kinds of situations. But from behind, I think it loses a lot of value, and I don't think it's the choice over Army of the Dead. It's sort of... Sorry, go on.
You was feeling it because the Sonya, perhaps?
Maybe, I could see it, but Ox caught out, and I don't know, if only there was an ability that gave you a little bit of extra healing over time and some goons around you, I don't know. It's a shame no ability like that exists, but...
I got 2 words for you.
But Ox on the earth is caught out. Fort down, and it's not looking swell for Probe 1, but they're not out of this game yet.
Yeah, not too bad so far. Looks like they might go for Bruiser.
It's looking like that's what they're posturing for. They know that they've got the positioning advantage. They're kind of in this neighborhood. They're going to go ahead and clear out the mid-wave. I think they want the 16 advantage first. Maybe Sonya's going to play for it right here, as we have Phi Mu Rho positioning around the Bruiser camp, or are they just going to prep this fort for this next objective, which will be in the top lane right here? Let's see. We have a Syndragosa coming out. I think it only hit Junkrat. The immediate response and the peel from Johanna. Cassia's going down. Davidiakos goes just immediately down. Riptire chasing down Ox, opting for the double hit rather than full damage on Ox. Zadie getting chased down as well by Envy. Hits a beautiful push off. Zadie running for their life.
Oh!
Oh!
So close.
Oh.
Ah, nice Lucio boob.
Absolutely well done from Envy, not giving up on the kill, isolating Zadie, using the push off and all of his abilities to perfection. Loving it.
Phi Mu Rho is in a very dominant position here. They might get a keep here with the shrine, or they might go for game, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think right here they're going to play for damage on the keep wall, and then turn around and grab that objective with the 16 advantage, knowing that once they get the Punisher, it's going to be pushing onto a keep that has no wall to protect it. So there's a very high likelihood, it's nearly a guarantee that the keep dies. with a very high likelihood that they can also turn that into the end of the game as well, especially if they're quick about this with getting this before a 16 advantage has been achieved.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this Junkrat build, and I know he recently got a rework, but it looks like he's opting for the trap build for like zoning on the shrine, I guess.
I've heard a lot of discourse about what talent build is good on Junkrat right now. I personally have been liking the W build myself, where you build into the concussion mine very hard, but I could definitely see the E build being better in a situation where you have to play more conservatively and you can't be looking to make plays with your concussion mine all the time. Overall, I'm not exactly sure though.
I haven't seen the traps do too much, but I feel like the Riptires are big enough to where it doesn't really matter which build he's going.
That makes sense to me. Honestly, with the way Aiko's playing, I think he claps no matter what build he's going at this rate.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a pretty good Junkrat game so far.
I will say we've got 5 people on the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming pushing top, and there are a lot of camps pushing out the other lanes. We've got 2 camps in the mid lane and a camp in the bot lane, so they're going to get this siege, but maybe they need to be worried about their other lanes here.
Riptire goes out, but it looks like it just hits Leo there.
Oh, massive shove immediately taking out the Sonya. The Punisher's just rampaging through. Big stun onto their team right there. The Entomb doesn't connect with anything, unfortunately. Ox may be caught out right here, getting run down. Successfully escapes to the mid-keep in time. Looking for the concussion mine play onto Thunderblade's Leoric, but just doesn't quite connect. And Phi Mu Rho's decided that's all they want. Yep.
Well, this was all going on. iProbe1 had 3 different camps pushing lanes, trying to get that wall damage in. Looks like they're just going to clear it up here.
It looks like maybe Probe 1 didn't get exactly as much stall as they would have wanted right there. Didn't keep the side of Phi Mu Rho in their base as long as possible. Not a huge amount of pressure coming out from these camps. They got mid fort to half health and took out the bot wall right here, but they're still down 2 levels. They're looking for the in-play, and Tomb just came up just now. Bullets missing right there from Rucktail. Good positioning from the Leoric to juke it out.
iProbe1 could get 20. They do have very, very strong 20 power spikes.
Oh, for sure.
Like, Syndra becomes actually a pretty good ult at 20. You get buried alive at 20.
Wintermute.
Jaina 20. Oh, Jaina 20 is very
Wintermute's insane. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I'm hoping that they can stretch this game out long enough. Concussion mine attempt from Aiko again. Doesn't quite connect this time either. But you gotta go for him. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's whatever. And if it does work, you get a kill. So I'm liking the aggression and pulling the trigger from Aiko. That's a Syndragosa cast right there, trying to get the fight before level 20. Shuts off the fort successfully. He's still in there. Ox, no fear at all. They know they have to take this fight before level 20. Massive shove onto Rucktail, but the tire is the response. Almost gets killed by Zadie, but not quite. Ox is out of position again and goes down.
Yeah, it's just very good focus fire from Phi Mu Rho. That Arthas just got melted in that team fight right there with the Riptire.
Oh, massive push off from Lucio into the sound wave. Oh, disgusting.
Envy has just been playing out of his mind this game on the Lucio.
Yep, anytime Envy sees someone even slightly out of position, they're looking for that push off, they're looking for that sound wave. CC, boop. Stukov says, I've had enough of you, really says, get out of here.
Hit the core!
And that's going to be game 1. Oh, wait, they're looking for Really? That's going to be game 1 going onto the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming right there in a very solid victory, start to finish, ahead on the camps, ahead on the fights. Every time the Probe 1 looked for something, we just had an immediate, measured, and disciplined response coming out from Phi Mu Rho. Beautiful stuff. Love to see it.
Yeah, I think the CC problem kind of showed there throughout that game. They'd hit everything's looking great, and then just like nothing died. Johanna pressed D, Lucio pressed R. It's not enough on the side of iProbe 1.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I just think we saw it right there, you know what I mean? Like, I feel that we really saw the lack of CC from the main tank position, from the off-lane position, showed off right there. You want to be able to just everybody combo somebody down. Stukov, Jaina, Cassia, I think of these heroes as heroes that punish clumps. And how do you get the enemy team to clump? You CC them, you Maev pull them, you Johanna condemn them. You know, you need to have something getting them together, or you just need to hit those godlike entombs. And while those entombs were there, it was very hard to get those responses out. So I just think that the difference in burden of execution between these two teams was very palpable, and that the engages needed to be damn near perfect on the side of Probe 1, or else it was just going to get wrecked by the immediate response of Condemn, Riptire, Sound Barrier, Sonya Spin. There's just so much that if you don't get an instant kill, enemy team just presses all their buttons, and now look what happens.
Can you go back to the stats there?
Okay. Let's
Do you
take
see
a
that
look at it.
Junkrat damage?
I do see that Junkrat damage. It's rather impressive. 56,000. Not quite sure how long the game time was due to the bug showing it as 0-0, but pretty clear and away ahead of everyone else in that game.
Yeah, and if we look at the deaths, they kind of tell the game. It looks like a 2-18 in favor of Phi Mu.
Phi Mu Rho. Phi Mu Rho.
I think they need a better team name.
I think Mockery is much louder than he is right now. Yeah, I went ahead and I turned up funbunz in the Discord because I realized as the game was going on that his audio was about the same as the game, and I wanted us to be louder. Do you guys think that I should also turn myself down a little bit, or because I have funbunz about 30% louder than he was beforehand?
Not sure. How's the sound right now? Test. 1 2 1 2.
And then just go ahead and tell me whenever we've got the lobby up over here, and I'll keep looking at it. There we go. There, the invite is out from
Looks like
Zadie.
we're going to Alterac. That's interesting.
All
I haven't
right.
seen that map.
Yeah, I've been kind of surprised at the willingness from everyone to pick Alterac Pass. I thought maybe it wouldn't really catch on in the competitive scene. Everybody would kind of stick to the same maps as before, but no, it feels like everybody wants to play this map. I play Tespa, the other team's like Alterac. I come here, it seems like Alterac. I watch everything, and everybody picks it. And I thought this was a map that everybody was just kind of ambivalent on, but I guess people love it. I don't know, how do you feel about it, funbunz?
I feel like the map, it's okay. My problem with the map is the RNG on the which side it spawns on. So if you get like a Junkrat or Li Ming and you get a favorable spawn, you can just poke forever from like a screen away, and the other team just can't cap it because of the spawn RNG. And then the camps. Oh no! Don't get me started on that.
That mid camp is absolutely insane. Is that my teddy bear in the back? Asks the stream. Yes, it is my teddy bear. My lovely girlfriend got this for me. It says abrazos y besos, and that is Spanish for hugs and kisses, and I love it very much. Then here,
To be honest, when you said your girlfriend, I thought you said the bear was your girlfriend. I was a bit concerned. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. But no, she got those for me, and I've got some other stuff too. Here, let me show it off while we wait for game 2. I especially like this one. I don't know if this is going to be reversed for you guys. No, you guys see it normally. It says, "I still fall for you every day." And she made this for me. And I like it a whole lot. I like to put it up on like the walls and stuff. I have it over my clothes right now, right up against the wall. Why do I have mail in the background with my address on it? Seems good. Alright, let's get in here. Alright, let's go! Says really, let's get into it. Draft, there we go. Oh, let me update the score real quick. Screen's gonna freeze just for a second here, y'all. Sorry about this. We've got game 1. Infernal Shrines going over to the side of... One, update, and let's get back into it. Wait. Almost there.
You think we're gonna see some pretty similar bands here again?
I would think so. Honestly, after that last game, I think we're gonna see more of the same. We see them I have already, so that's the same right there, because those bands weren't very map specific, you know? So I think they came down more to possible team research or maybe personal expectations and biases than something about dealing with the map. So far that's 2 out of 2. Same bans as last game, a little bit different order. EGC was a second ban on the side of Phi Mu Rho Gaming, and now we see a deviation.
Got the target ban right there. I mean, after that last game, I don't blame iProbe1 for banning that Junkrat out. He played a really good Junkrat game. I wonder, do they snipe Lucio too? I think that's a possibility.
Do they snipe Lucio? I mean, those were the 2 MVPs for me right there. I saw Envy on that Lucio running them down. I saw Eiko on that Junkrat making the plays with the big rip tires. Would not surprise me in the slightest. Kind of interesting there that we have Falstad banned out. In my opinion, a bit of a lower priority global than Abathur. So I'm curious to see if he goes all the way through this draft.
It could be that neither of these teams just play ABBA, so they just little gentlemen's, don't worry about it.
Very real possibility.
But I don't hate it. You know, Falstad has the macro pressure he does on this map. If you get like a nice stall comp, you can push forever.
Oh,
well,
alrighty, there we go. Alright. Immediate Abathur Grey main. This was always one of my favorite comps. You get the Holy Trinity, specifically of Abathur Grey main Tyrael, and you just run at the enemy team. You just get in their grill and you just...
Alright, I'm gonna stop you right there. We all know your favorite comp is ABBA Tracer Tyrael.
Alright, hold on a second. I have never played a game of Tracer in my life. It's a noob hero for people that don't know how to macro. Okay, so you just try to kill people and you make dank YouTube outplays. Okay, everybody that plays Tracer deserves to go to bronze where they belong. Let's be real, alright?
I completely agree.
I'm spitting straight
Tracer
facts tonight.
Go die in a hole.
Somniorum gifting a tier sub to Mockery1713's community to funbunz. You're a sub now.
Nice. Wait, I don't want to be subbed to
Mockery. Wait, oh, hold on. Wait, refund it. Hold on, go back.
And it looks like they banned Jaina. I don't hate it, but I felt like they could have picked up Jaina for themselves. Really nice clone target. Really good way to clear for them.
Just Jaina Greymane, natural synergy, very easy comp to play. Just press your buttons on the enemy.
There's the Lucio ban.
Yeah, no, they're not letting that through again. Sylvanas without any hesitation. Okay. I'm a fan.
I mean, Sylvanas is Sylvanas.
Yeah, Sylvanas is good. You get those Mercenary Queen Nulls on this map, and they will shred the mid-fort. Muradin, alright. I kind of feel like I would have preferred Nubrak, especially into Alexstrasza, who I feel is one of her hardest counters. You can cocoon the Lifebringer, you can burrow charge onto her Abundance. But Muradin is still one of the classic Nubrak tanks just built, or sorry, one of the classic Abathur tanks, built for scouting it out, built for going in hard when the time is right and you've got that clone. Overall, not a terrible choice. I like it.
And we got Gul'dan Raynor over here. Just trading heroes, like very, very sustained damage here on the side of iProbe1.
So one thing that I am a bit worried about right now is those are squishy heroes and you have a bit of telegraphed positioning with the Alexstrasza Abundance. I almost worry that we're going to see just supreme aggression coming out from Phi Mu Rho when the time is right after level 10. They've got that ultimate evolution from the Abathur. They've got the Light Bomb on the Anduin. And you just see Light Bomb on either Muradin or Greymane. And Phi Mu Rho, there's just going to be this tangible moment where they say, it's time. And just everybody goes in. And if we don't see on-point peel from Ox, from Thunderblade, from Zadie with that Horrify, I'm a little bit worried for them, honestly.
Yeah, Phi Mu has very spooky drafts, but Probe 1 does have a win condition. Stall out the game. Don't die to clone and just survive the initial burst, and then they just turn around with the Horrify, with the Raynor's Rebel. Like, if Probe 1 can survive that initial clone burst, I think they could turn the team fight around.
And credit to them, they should be able to do that with the Lightbringer. With the Lifebringer from Alexstrasza, with the Condemn from the Johanna, the Blessed Shield, the Horrify, just Dahaka being a body with the Isolation. I could see it going either way, and I think that it's up to It's up to the side of Phi Mu Rho to be the aggressor, and it's up to the side of Probe 1 to appropriately respond to that pressure. So now here we have Really on the Alexstrasza, Ox on the Johanna, Davidiakos on Raynor this time, Thunderblade on Dahaka, and we have a straggling Zadie in the base on the Gul'dan, with a few pings coming out from their team.
Reports 88K. And on the right side, we got Eiko on the Greymane, Silver Ripper on the Sylvanas, Envy on the Anduin, Albatox on the Murden, and I Just Fizzed on the Dirty Slug.
Hold up a sec. He's got pajamas on. I don't see a speck of dirt on those pajamas, alright? They're as crystal clean as the day he bought them.
I feel like all ABBA players are dirty, though.
Yeah, you kind of have to give a little bit of your dignity away to actually play that hero on the regular, let's be real.
I agree. It looks like we're going to have way clear advantage going over to iProbe 1. Pretty standard into an ABBA comp. Interested to see how Phi Mu plays this early game out with Sylvanas, Greymane, and Abathur on the same team.
Yeah, I really want to see how that goes. I want to see if their aggression is appropriately measured in the early game, because their kill pressure is kind of lacking so far. I want to take a look. The Sylvanas did go Unfurling Shadows at level 1, so their kill pressure is going to take a little bit to stack up, but in the late game it's there. So I'm really curious. I hope we see that sort of evolution of playstyle where they're not so crazy in the early game and then they hit 10 and they just turn it on. That's what I want to see out of Phi Mu Rho Gaming right now.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see these camps get started soon. Usually the standard for teams is to rip those camps right away just so it can be up again before the, or I guess it comes up as the objectives spawn here.
Yeah, and you end up getting another one shortly after the spawn.
Yeah, and the deal with pressure as the objectives come. Looks like Phi Mu is going to get this out a lot sooner than iProbe 1. But that does mean iProbe 1 has an easier time defending this first camp.
It's going to clash a little bit more towards the side of Probe 1 when it's time for these two camps to fight in the mid lane. A little bit of pressure coming out from Envy in the top lane. I don't know if he knows Thunderblade's in that bush. Oh, the Cocktail Scout from Eiko, but they may be a little bit too late. Sylvanas and Anduin have already left. It's now down to just Greymane versus Dahaka.
Yeah, looks like Sylvanas just going to do her thing up here. You know, pretty balanced trait value going on right here.
I will say I'm not seeing these nulls be empowered. So let's go ahead and take a look. Sylvanas not locking in her level 4 yet. Alright. Very curious to see the direction that goes. Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
It's like going for the possession rather than the Merc empowerment. I don't think it's that bad. I would have liked to see the Merc Queen more than the possession, but both are pretty decent talents.
I'm kind of in the same camp as you on this one, funbunz. I think that possession is kind of a nutty talent in basically any game. Just the ability to have a 9-minion wave with the enemy towers being shut off is kind of underrated if you ask me, but it's just competing with Merc Queen on this map, which is kind of uncontestedly good in my eyes. The ability to have those null camps coming down, shredding the structure's armor, and doing 60% extra damage, basically guaranteeing that they're going to beat the enemy null camp at the same time. I think that's too good to pass up.
Yeah, it could just be a playstyle choice, or it just hasn't really tried the talent out. I'm not sure. Sylvanas.
And here we're going to start to see the battle of the globals right now, with Dahaka attempting to double soak it out right here. A little bit of harass coming out from the Abathur, who is attempting to body soak the top lane. And the longer this goes for this first objective fight, the more we're going to see these globals come into play and be more and more relevant.
Yeah, Dahaka's just going to do his little thing, waddle up the top lane, and we're going to see another camp trade going out slightly sooner for Phi Mu, but iProbe 1's just right behind them with the camp taking.
No surprises here so far. We've got both of the null camps being taken to bottom on the side of Probe 1, really on the Alexstrasza in the bottom lane. Looks like they opted for fast clear, and now they're going to rotate up. Muradin attempting to impede the rotation from Really. Eiko coming down as well. They're going on to Ox!
Yeah, but Joe should have the trait to just walk on out of here. It looks like both teams are playing pretty reserved, which I feel like favors the ABBA team. Like if you're not pressuring early game ABBA, it's pretty good for the Abathur.
For sure, you've got to take advantage of that weak team fight before Abathur gets his ultimate evolution, before Sylvanas gets those stacks out. I think that when you're facing against a team that has both Perfect Storm and Unfurling Shadows and an Abathur, the scaling is such a massive concern that I feel like you have to sort of, put the foot on the gas a little bit in the early game. And if you're not pressuring with that camp, the end of the game may just come to you, honestly.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate, and it looks like we got a mid push going here. The Sylvanas trade getting some pretty good value here, and Murden's gonna scout out the rotate. Just gonna walk away. Okay.
Yep, just get a little bit of damage and leave, but I see Dahaka pressuring Abathur in the top lane, trying to get this gate down so that I Just Fizzed can't just sit there anymore behind his little palace. Doesn't quite get it out. And we see the mule from I Just Fizzed desperately trying to keep this gate alive so that he won't get pressured out by Thunderblade, but with it prioritizing the tower first, doesn't look like it's going to happen. But never mind, there's a fight down here. Davidiakos is super low. Goes down already right off the bat, and then a tongue on to Murden at the same time, but the leap of faith, he gets out of there. Aiko's going for the chase. Sorry, Aiko's going for the retreat.
Beautiful team fight coming out of Fire Mode. They got the kill and ran away as soon as they saw that scary dragon, but looks like iProb1's going to get some time here as the Fire Mode starts moving in to stop that.
Again, I think Probe 1 here is sort of recognizing that they need to hold on to a good thing while they've got it, get those interrupts while they can. Not too much kill pressure from a team that has an Abathur, but they still managed to get the Gul'dan anyway. And I believe that was Zadie on the Gul'dan there. Yes, Zadie does go down, and unfortunately Probe 1's going to have to take a breather, sort of get level 10 right now, get their null camp, and I think Phi Mu Rho recognizes that and is playing for this bot boss right off the bat.
It's an interesting choice to go for boss. I don't hate it. And they can just go for time right after. But it looks like iProb1 doesn't see this happening.
Yeah, we've got Ox right here, seemingly a little oblivious, maybe starting to play defense right now, warding it out a little bit. Wondering, where the heck is Phi Mu Rho? Alright, I'm just going to play this objective. Oh! And there's the finished capture.
Yeah, and it looks like Fire Mill is just going to start moving in here, going for the time.
Okay, Bot Boss is going to be pushing away this entire time. We've got Reilly and Ox in lane. Davidiakos also here to try and get the clear out. Zadie rotating in as well, getting some corruption stacks while they're at it.
And moving in here for the trade value going on the towers.
I was about to point that out. We have Phi Mu Rho opting to pressure with the boss rather than go straight to the objective, making some use out of the Sylvanas Black Arrows, shutting off those forts. As soon as it runs out, the immediate rotation back to the objective. They cap it and have Silver Ripper just going ahead and clearing out the enemy null camp right here.
Fire Mode does have Clone available here if they want to burn it for this objective.
Oh, the Blessed Shield unfortunately doesn't connect. Silver Ripper with the Wailing Arrow interruption onto the isolation.
Ooh.
And Thunderblade goes down onto the Dahaka. Aiko trying to make sure that they make it out alive to see another day, but I Just Fizzed, no fear of the clone, maybe a bit of a miscommunication. Leap of Faith going out onto the ultimate evolution from Abathur. Not quite sure if that's what they wanted there, but honestly, the fight's still heavily in the favor of Phi Mu Rho.
That's the second team fight where iFrumo gets the kill and then they just walk away. They're like, I'm scaling, let's just get our kill and get out.
We're playing the advantages, we're playing the long game, you know? That's what's going through their minds right now, is all they really got to do is just keep edging them out, just keep getting that advantage, build it up over time, going ahead, taking this null camp again. As we see a rotation towards the top. Not quite.
Maybe they thought they were doing boss, but then they saw the camp get capped, so they just walked back down. Pretty weird rotate. They're going to get the camp out. It is a bit late, but that does mean it's a bit easier to defend. But they do have that Sylvanas trait on the iFrumo side, though.
Davidiakos clearing bot lane right now, and Probe 1 is about to be down level 13. Phi Mu Rho pressing that advantage. They see the enemy team being split. They know they can push the advantage with their talents here. Ideally, Probe 1 waits a little bit longer to fight this out, but they don't have that kind of time.
Yeah, There's only 8 seconds left. It looks like a team fight's breaking out though.
We got Dragon Queen. Oh my god, Eiko getting very low. Hit with the isolation, hit with those wing buffets, the dragon. It's too much. Phi Mu Rho does get the objective, but we do see the tongue onto Envy. Thunderblade's got to be careful right here. Silver Ripper with a very aggressive Shadow Wave on the Sylvanas doesn't quite pan out. We see the immediate response with Wrath of the Dragon Queen, whatever it's called. Cleansing Flame! We see the Cleansing Flame response from Reilly. And it proves to be just a little bit too much for Silver Ripper with the attempted aggression on the Sylvanas. Not a bad team fight.
It's not the most ideal trade for Phi Mu, but they do have that Avatar, so they are still scaling as all this stuff is going on. But iProbe1 shouldn't have too hard of a defense here, as they did lose, or Phi Mu Rho did lose 2 members at the beginning of this objective.
And we see just a sort of free clear coming out right now. Davidiako's looking for the pressure onto Envy, but a very well-timed route. Bit of a parting gift with the hammer as well from Muradin. And there's heavy bot lane pressure on the side of Phi Mu Rho right now. Eiko's saying, I don't really care if Ox is right here on that Johanna. You gotta bring at least 3 people down here to get me to stop pushing.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna see heavy rotate bot here. We might go for a pick on the Rainer
Albatox on that Muradin. Oh, the light bomb. Oh! Beautiful knockback from Davidiakos on the Rainer to completely negate Albatox's flank with the light bomb. The Thunderblade is very low. Fat Horrify.
Very big Horrify, but looks like they're just gonna walk away and Muradin gets
Oh, the Cleansing Flame onto Eiko? No? For the heal?
Yeah, looks like they got the Muradin.
Alright, I'll take that as well. Not bad at all. Unfortunately, the bot boss is down, so they can't quite force it, but they can take a no-cam.
And we're back to taking camps.
Yep.
Oh man, such a forehead nap.
Yeah, man, at least it's not Forehead Junction, am I right?
I miss those days.
With the 5-minute HGC games?
Yes, those were... Oh no, I can't believe that was a thing at one point.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Was around.
The Lily solo lanes and the Medic Diva Zarya tri-lane, all that kind of business. I will say I at least felt that Warhead had more interesting plays to it, even if the games were very snowbally. I will say Alterac, while I do think it leads to very enjoyable games, can kind of be played with a flowchart. Just like, is no camp up? Take no camp. No camp not up. Try to get objective, or like get an advantage. Have an advantage and near boss, take boss.
and then ending on Alterac is kind of like, we have a keep down, there's 3 people dead, but that core has 60 armor, so I don't know if we can do this.
Yep. Phi Mu Rho opted to take the bot fort while they're attempting to wait out level 16. Probe1 recognizing that Phi Mu Rho was across the map and down a talent tier, immediately pressuring out this objective, but there's still 25 seconds left, and Phi Mu Rho is here.
Looks like Dragon and Bless are gonna go out, but the Onun trait gets popped off. The Cleansing Flame
Silver Ripper
chase down that kill.
Oh, unfortunately doesn't quite finish him off. Now we see pressure over here. I just Fizz heavily pressuring the backline with that Greymane clone. Eiko jumps in and immediately gets tongued by Thunderblade. Isolation onto Muradin. Eiko running away at this point. Albatox just trying to buy time for his teammates to get it out. Ox, no fear at all, running straight at Eiko and the Enduin, interrupts the heal. Not able to quite get the kill, but Davidiako says it's my turn. I want to get some damage out now.
I like how confident this Muradin's playing. He knows how far to go. It looks like Joe gets picked off by the Greymane there. Very nice pick off for Momo.
I gotta say, both teams, just no fear. And that's what I love. I love to see it. Teams just saying, alright, some people are gonna die, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah, I like that too. That's pretty ballsy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like, at the end of the day, you need to play your win con with confidence, and even if it doesn't work out, it's never gonna work out if you don't go in there just trying to give it your full, give it your best, and give it an honest effort, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Both teams just running at each other, and that very easily could have gone the other way. If we just get one more Cleansing Flame hit on Silver Ripper, I think we're looking at a very different result.
Yeah, I agree. ISO goes out, misses though. Horrified
Oh,
too.
Albatox jumped over the Horrified. He's still pressuring Thunderblade, but doesn't quite finish him off. We see the response with the Cleansing Flame. It's hitting a lot of people right now. Ox chasing down Greymane, knocks down Echo. The Condemn interrupted, or at least avoided, by Leap of Faith. Albatox running away, Silver Ripper as well. Envy's gonna get out of here. Davidiako says, I'm not done yet. Wants a little bit more, but unfortunately loses his Raider for it. And the objective goes to Probe 1.
They're doing it now.
Yeah.
I like it. Looks like they're gonna go for some ports here. Might take mid first, which opens up the map, so Abathur can't soak as much.
And we do see Dahaka going over to soak that bottom lane, get their teammates some more XP while they're pushing this out. They don't need all 5 here quite yet, and there is that bush right on the side for Dahaka to dig to if necessary. Thunderblade knows that they can join their team whenever they're needed.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually opting to push for the mid keep here, which I do like. It opens up your win condition when you get that core armor down.
Yeah, you know, like, forts are passive XP, and we're late enough in the game that we're not thinking about that anymore. We're thinking about how do we win this game. Blessed Shield coming out, Dragon Queen coming out. Unfortunately, it looks like Albatox the only person in position. Silver Ripper getting mighty low.
Pop the Cleansing Flame!
Pop the Cleansing Flame! Press the button! Echo going down on Greymane. They're all out of minions on the side of Probe 1, but they decided they want to stick around. They're trying to finish this thing off. Who needs minions? But unfortunately, that may be a little dangerous. Silver Ripper responding with the damage. Ox is getting low. Ox trying to get out. A beautiful response with Albatox. The Cleansing Flame's finally out. Maybe a touch too late right here. Very unfortunate to have the death at the end right there, but honestly, not a bad push.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I felt like iProbe 1 missed the opportunity there with the Cleansing Flame. I think he could have got 2 kills there. But overall, they're really turning this game around now. They're actually up a level into an Abathur at the moment. They're going to get 20s pretty soon. Might see some boss forces on the side lanes.
For sure, for sure. I think that's what they're thinking about right now, and I know that they would be so much more willing to do it if they had that Johanna, but just dropping Johanna right at the end there, definitely not the result they wanted. So now they're just going to settle for this null camp, maybe try and look for the 20 advantage into forcing a boss fight with that strong advantage.
Yeah, iProbe 1 just alt-tabbing a bit, looking at the flow chart, see what they got to do here. They get the camp first. They're going to go pressure top boss, it looks like. Which, I don't know if Phi Mu knows that they're heading top.
Yeah, they didn't walk through any vision right there on the side of Probe 1, and Phi Mu Rho heading towards bottom, maybe trying to execute a trade here.
Yeah, it looks like they have the same flow chart, so they're going to just head to the top boss. I just want to know where I can get this flow chart. I'm just saying.
And Probe 1 is already finished as Phi Mu Rho is barely starting this boss. I'm almost tempted to wonder if Probe 1 is going to come in and try to interfere with this boss right here. We see Thunderblade immediately brush stalkering down. He's in here, he sees what's going on and says, I want a piece of this.
I think they should have burned Clone here. iProbe 1's going to get here. They're very close.
Oh, the Cleansing Flame, Fat Horrify on the boss. Doesn't quite get the Murder to step off the pit though. Tongue goes out onto I Just Fizz on the Ultimate Evolution. Echo going down, Envy going down on the Anduin in the backline. Albatox is super low. Silver Ripper super low on the side as well. But the Dragon Queen, the Cleansing Flame, the Horrify, the Johanna, it's just too much pressure on that boss. You try to stack on that boss, and Probe 1 just presses all their buttons and murders you. Even if they lose the boss itself, that's 3 kills right there.
Yeah, Phi Mu's asking himself, was that boss worth it? And I gotta say, I don't think the boss was worth, but it looks like they're not gonna get too punished for it. I think iProbe 1 could have went for end there.
That's an interesting thought. They do have 2 keeps down right now. They could have maybe been at the keep by now, I think, or at the core a little while ago. It's definitely a thought. Actually, back in hindsight, I do think they have it. There's only a Sylvanas and an Abathur. There's no real bodies to interfere with you stepping up. I think the end was definitely present there. This may come to bite them in the butt when they're looking for their win con, and they're going to have to win one more fight to do it, whereas they may have already had it in their hands.
Yeah, but it is still pretty nice getting those 3 keeps down. It's going to leave core very open. Like, if they get this objective, I'm 90% sure that's just GG at that point.
Oh, for sure. I think
too many lanes pushing in.
3 keeps down and the objective. I think that you you could basically only have 2 players on the field and you've still got a pretty decent chance of winning from that position. Especially into a team that doesn't have stellar wave clear like what we have from Phi Mu Rho, where they've got a lot of team fight, not that much anti-push.
Yeah, they got the clone pops. They're looking in, but iProbe1's just walking away. I really like that disengage by iProbe1 here. They recognized the clone and they just walked away, waiting for that cooldown to go down.
We'll say Probe 1's going for the null camp right here, but Phi Mu Rho is already pressuring the objective. Looks like they're going to cap it. No, the beautifully timed flashlight from Ox, pushing it right to the edge. Brushstalker in the top right of this fight. Thunderblade standing right on top of the enemy team. Drag unfortunately does not connect. Silver Ripper able to escape with the Shadow Wave. Isolation also does not connect. Blessed Shield though!
Ooh, very nice. What is that, Wind Run? Will of the Forsaken.
Absolutely a fantastic cast right there. I gotta say, baiting out the Horrify and also sort of nullifying the effects of the Condemn. Fantastic press out of the Sylvanas right there. I gotta say, that may be what turns this fight around. Probe 1 is missing significant cooldowns now. Fat Wailing Arrow, Rainer's already down, Gul'dan goes down with him. Click the objective! Oh, Silver Ripper sees it, Albatrox sees it!
Like they got it.
Oh, did they? 0.2 seconds, it's gone! Oh, they've got to kill everybody now. They need to devote all their resources to clearing the base at this point. Eiko going down as well. Oh! Dragon Queen with a last-second double kill. On to Eiko.
I don't know if they can defend this.
I don't either. There's already... Hold on a second. There are already nulls and catapults and super minions on the core. They've got to go back.
This looks very rough. Maybe with the Abba Shields and Mule they can save it, but... I think
there's the mule right there. It's an Abathur, an Anduin, and a Muradin. There's a fat wave in the bot lane.
Massive wave. Holy moly.
And we see Bronzebeard Rage actually being kind of relevant right now, helping Muradin get that wave clear out on this wave. Anduin doing the Young King's best that he can. And
unfortunately, not enough though.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. Honestly, really won the game right there with that Dragon Queen. Absolutely phenomenal. They secure the objective. They're stalling it out, stopping them from getting the interrupts, and then we just see the very last minute double kill with Reilly's last auto attack, maybe second to last auto attack, securing the fact that Phi Mu Rho just would not have enough players on the field in order to negate that push. Absolutely fantastic. I gotta give it to Reilly for that play. Love it.
Yeah, I feel like both teams each had really good plays throughout that game. It was a very, very back and forth game. I'm excited for Game 3 though. It's been a pretty good series so far.
I gotta say, Game 1, Phi Mu Rho had it. They had Probe 1's number. They knew exactly what they're doing. They got a 3-camp advantage before the first objective. And then we get to Game 2, and all of a sudden the whole dynamic changes. I gotta say, I love it. Just beautiful response. Love the mental fortitude from Probe 1. They've already played multiple TESPA matches today. And then now they go into this series. They drop Game 1. And throughout all of that, they say, all right, come on, let's keep up the focus. Let's draft something we know how to play. Let's consult the flowchart for Alterac Pass. And let's go ahead and clutch this win out. Oh, just fantastic play. I am very, very happy with what we just saw.
Yeah, it looks like Fire Mo is up here. So now we're just waiting on Probe 1 to pick out the maps. Speaking of maps, do you know which maps we have left?
I'm not quite sure off the top of my head, to be honest with you. I could have put it into the map thingy that says, like, these are the maps that are out and whatnot, but I didn't.
That's a... We're here for some scuffed casting tonight.
Alright, let's see here. Gonna update the score right now. Fantastic. Now reflects that we are 1-1 in this scenario. Phi Mu Rho also played 2 TESPA matches, or at least 4 out of 5 members have. Oh, okay. I was not aware. That makes a lot of sense that a very fraternity-sounding name would have played also in a collegiate series. I was not aware. All right, so both of these teams a little bit battle-hardened today, coming in maybe a little exhausted, maybe a little tested already.
Yeah, that's a lot of hots for one day. Not gonna lie. Looks like we're just waiting for the map pick. I see him typing. Oh, he's not typing anymore.
I will say, big gamble with the Deafening Blast on the Sylvanas 20. I think that this talent, if you hit a fat Wailing Arrow, is insane. But if you needed Bolt of the Storm, you're really gonna feel it. And,
Yeah, maybe he was pretty confident because he had the Will of the Forsaken.
Yep, I was
But
gonna say that really showed up big where Silver Ripper actually managed to bait out the Horrify from Zadie, who went Q build. Now that I'm noticing,
interesting.
I kind of like it. Honestly, they don't have like a huge CC chain, which is typically the easiest way to guarantee a fat corruption. They don't have like a big way to make the enemies clump outside of like a single condemn, and I don't know. It actually kind of makes
Am I
sense to
seeing
me.
this correctly?
I will say
It looks like Pro1's picking Sky Temple.
Ooh.
I haven't seen that map in a while. I'm pretty excited
Yeah.
to see this.
I haven't seen Sky Temple in a hot minute. I'm excited to see how that goes.
Oh, I forgot they changed the tint on the map.
Yeah, it's all like purpley now.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird to see. I haven't
Very
played that map in
interesting.
a while.
I must say, before we go into the next game, the one qualm that I have with Zadie's build here is that in order to go Fell Armor at 13, Zadie did have to pass up on the Health Stone, which may have been crucial in allowing them to survive those hyper-aggressive plays, because as we mentioned, all you really needed to do was survive the burst there in order to get out of those fights.
Yeah. Also not taking the teleport at 20. It's pretty unfortunate.
I don't know, Haunt is kind of nasty, not gonna lie. Unless you cast it on a Sylvanas with Will of the Forsaken. Alright, let's see. Is the lobby up? Can I get an invite?
Oh,
I'm just
I got invited.
Alright, I'm just
Here we
chilling
go.
on the scoreboard until somebody invites me, you know what I mean? Like, all I can do is really click back and forth between stats and talents, my guy.
I got you. I got you.
Hello, everyone. It's me again. How you doing? Rucktel says, stop banning Sky Temple and you might see it more. Honestly, I didn't think anybody liked this map.
I don't think anybody does, but apparently iPro1 is down to play it for this final map here in this best of 3.
Who picked this map? Probe 1?
Yeah, it was Probe1.
Yeah, because they have first pick. Okay. Let me go ahead and set this up in my stats real fast, and then we can go ahead and get a move on for the final game in this series. Fantastic.
Alright, Sky Temp. I need to think about this map. So I know a lot of bot heavy rotations with getting those siege camps out. And then I know some teams like to opt for that top bruiser push. I see that a lot on this map.
We've seen a very heavy emphasis. I think this camp or this map more than any other map has a very strong emphasis on just being able to get those camp timings absolutely crisp and perfect. If you do that siege camp on time and then that bruiser camp on time and you've got the perfect rotations, you're controlling that watchtower into a strong top push, you can very easily come into like level 5 with a strong advantage. So I really want to see how they play that out because the camp timing has had been a bit of a disparity. We've seen kind of sluggish to get onto the null camp in the second game. Very strong advantage towards Phi Mu Rho in game 1. I think this map, more than anything else, will show us how these two teams play that out. ETC ban here, funbunz?
It's just another ETC ban. I feel like it has to be a target ban because this is the 3rd game they've banned it now. So maybe it's just like they did a bit of research and they felt like they couldn't deal with that ETC player.
I think that's definitely got to be it. We're not seeing the Maiev get through today. We're not going to see the ETC play today. Both of those have been banned in all 3 out of 3 games, to my knowledge. I think we got the Maiev banned last game.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct.
Alrighty, do we see more of the same? The Abathur again on Sky Temple, a very strong pick as always. Sky Temple's got a lot of little skirmishes, it's got a very heavy rotation game, and the Mule straight up counteracts the objective to a decent degree. So I'm liking the Abathur ban a lot.
I feel like they could have banned something else though, because they are first pick. They could have.
Oh, that's fair. Very fair. Maybe
but,
indicates a lack of confidence in their own play, especially after they just picked it.
Yeah. I wonder if Probe 1 actually does Juice Pirates here. Because they did pick the map.
Ooh, getting a little spicy here tonight.
Pretty spicy. But
okay, wait, never mind.
Unlucky.
I've never seen a dream dreamt and just died so fast.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, no hesitation. We wanted the Juice Pirates. The chat wanted the Juice Pirates. But you know what? Probe 1 and Phi Mu Rho said, we're going to be no fun at all today. We're going to play standard Heroes of the Storm.
That's an Ana Mephisto.
That is an Ana Mephisto, and we all know what that can do with a team fight. For the unaware, Ana has Nano Boost, which gives you an insane amount of spell power and cooldown reduction, as well as about 200 mana, 150 mana when you cast it. One of the classic team fight combos in this game. Ana Mephisto, if you're not careful, if you comp a little bit too hard, Silver Ripper with that Nano Boost will just tear through a team.
Yeah, I think it's not bad. If I'm Probe 1 though, I'm looking at macroing. Like, they ripped the Ana Mephisto, it's Sky Temple, we just run around the map, we're taking camps, we're taking structures. So I would like to see them Anub'arak maybe, for that push.
Anub'arak Sylvanas, you can basically siege whenever you want to. That fort's not going to be hitting minions for a solid 18 seconds or so. You can just basically siege whenever you want. There's the Zarya for the heavy team push. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking to just set up in a lane and run it down, which I
hear me out.
Kind of like.
Hear me out, Vikings.
Wait, it's actually not bad here.
They've got a comp with a really strong 4 push.
But who plays Vikings in 2019?
I think Really does. I actually think I remember Really being a Vikings player. Hold on a second.
The map. You might be
right. Vikings, 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 Vikings.
I'm feeling it, man.
I'm feeling it too. There's a phenomenal 4 push. Zarya loves to just sit in a lane, be with her teammates, and just shove. Lucio loves to be around a bunch of people at the same time. Sylvan and Anub'arak, that's so much lane pressure. I don't think Phi Mu Rho would see it coming. Please, please.
The last second. Vikings!
Yes! Let's go!
Is this happening? Is this
This is happening! Let's go!
What do you do if you're 5 or more? Do you just hope Mephisto kills them bot or something?
I don't... It's kind of rough. I will say maybe Mephisto can defend into that group of people they try to siege, but I just worry that they don't have the kill pressure in the early game to defend against that push. They don't have the macro, they don't have the kill pressure. If you can't out macro and you can't out micro, what do you have, honestly?
We have a losing best of 3, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I knew there was something up when iProbe picked Sky Temple.
Yeah, it's definitely very interesting. Let's see here. Gonna change my sound settings real fast to try and make funbunz come through a little louder here.
It is a school night for me, Cam.
And there we go. Alright, we are in the last game of this best of 3 series. We have Really on the Eric, Balog, and Olaf comprising the Lost Vikings. We've got Zadie on the Sylvanas, Davidiakos on Zarya, Ox on Anub'arak, and Thunderblade roll swapping over to healer for this game away from offlane. He's the Lucio.
And on the right side we got I Just Fizzed on the Sonya, Silver Ripper on the Mephisto, Envy on the Ana, Eiko on the Hanzo, and Albatox on the Johanna.
I gotta say, big thing on my mind right now, other than everything we just talked about, and already we're seeing the tower cheese coming out from the side of Probe 1, but the big thing on my mind is, how are we gonna see that roll swap play out? Thunderblade on the Lucio. Envy really shocked the pants off of us in game 1, and I want to see if Thunderblade can return that same energy.
I feel like it'll be fine. Lucio, very high skill cap, but pretty low skill entry point, I'd say. He's not too hard to pull off. You just gotta hit those ults, gotta hit those, speed it up. Looks like Sonya's gonna head up here to the top lane. I feel like Sonya could actually get a lot of value here if she just focuses on clearing the lane and literally rolling her face into the Vikings. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how this plays out. Looks like I just fizzed in the top lane, playing a little bit more of a freezing playstyle, trying to bait those Vikings out to get the kill. Didn't quite work out immediately. Silver Ripper's taking a lot of damage, already forced to tap 1 minute and 13 seconds into the game. And these towers are just going down for free.
Yeah, I think we need to see a bit more value out of Mephisto. It is early game. So he is kind of just stacking up.
Yep, Mephisto's got to go ahead and complete that Skull Quest, of which he already has 19 hits. 90 seconds into the game.
That's actually a lot.
That is a whole lot of hits. One more and he's going to hit the first quest reward. He's going to get 100 bonus, and there it is right there. There's the immediate second Q. Mephisto getting a lot of damage out.
Yeah, but he's already out of mana, and this siege is still very strong right now for their iProbe 1 here. They're going to look to get the well here.
Oh, wait. Right as I looked away from I Just Fizzed, he gets the kill onto the Eric, but I just worry it's not enough to counteract the insane push pressure as we see with the ridiculous dive. That fort can be shut down for a ridiculously long amount of time, and we see that with the absolute free dive onto the Johanna. No fear at all.
Yeah, the fort's already half health here, but we got a healthy Mephisto here to help defend that. And I want to point out, Hanzo's actually going for a Redemption auto attack build here, looking to just burn frontline, it seems.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of that build in general. I think that as long as you've got decent auto attack mechanics, it's the easiest build to play. Let's see here. I think they're just going to go ahead and finish off this fort, but Silver Ripper is getting rather low and is boxed in. Wait a second.
Yeah, they get the fort, and they're looking for more here. They're looking to burn Johanna.
But the timely rotation from Eiko kind of shutting Probe 1 down. They say, we want to get out of here. We got what we wanted. We're too low. We're going to go ahead and reset.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Vikings play out here. Is he going to send one to the temple? Yeah. Looks like that's what's happening here.
We're seeing Olaf and Eric chilling on the temple right now. Maybe steal a few shots before Phi Mu Rho shows up, reinvigorated from that healing fountain, ready to put the pressure on.
And it looks like they're just gonna keep running down bot.
I think it's just to clear the siege camp, and now they're looking to rejoin the objective here. Phi Mu Rho getting both camps right now, or both temples right now, with no real response from Probe 1.
A very big flank here coming in from
Eiko.
Probe 1.
Alright, Eiko's fine. Natural agility out of there. Silver Ripper backing up before they get in too much trouble. Alpatox thinking the same thing. Never mind, Silver Ripper says, I want to get in some trouble. That's the kind of mood I'm in right now. Let's go.
And just giving a stacking update, we got 36 stacks from Mephisto here, just needing 4 more to get that cooldown reduction. Pretty stacked.
Pretty spicy. Oh, Ox? Nope. We've got Eiko soaking out the lanes, and honestly, slightly advantaged for Probe 1. They're actually decently advantaged for Probe 1. They've got the fort down, and they've got Vikings.
Yeah, and the death push continues. Just gonna start walking in here to mid.
Yeah, they say we're just gonna go to another lane, we're gonna shut off that fort, we're gonna spawn some beetles, and you gotta do something about it.
I would like to see them go top though. I feel like mid's kind of a hard push. And it's a lot easier for Fire Mode to rotate to. Like,
Definitely.
Just go to take Bruiser. Right?
Exactly. Much easier to take something down with the advantage of the Bruiser camp. That's something that you see a lot of teams use effectively, is the knowledge that you should pressure the lanes that have something to help you take the lanes. Like Sky Temple, for instance, is very easy to end through bottom with, so getting damage on bottom is very strong, because there's a boss play there, and that's a lot of Mephisto damage. Davidiakos goes down to Eiko. Oh my god. Mephisto just came in, he said, I'll do 90% of the work. Eiko, you come in here, give me 2 shots. Alright, that's all I'm asking out of you. Just hit 2 shots. And Eiko said, I got you, bud.
Yeah, another thing with the Redemption build is Mephisto takes care of all the AoE, and he just walks in and autos. And like, that's pretty much a dead target every single time.
Yeah. There needs to be a crisp and clean response from Probe 1. They've got to come in here, they've got to pressure as a group. But the thing is, Mephisto loves people that are grouped up. So the lane pressure is insane from Probe 1, but the team fight pressure on the side of Phi Mu Rho, it's both pretty straightforward. We just press their buttons on the enemy team, and it's proven effective already.
Yeah, I Probe 1 gonna start up the Bruiser.
Oh, Sony with the Baylog kill in the top lane. I just fizzed, going in again, fizzing all over that Baylog.
Yeah, maybe Fire Mode goes for boss here? Doesn't look like it though. I don't know if they realize that iProbe 1 is 4 top at the moment.
Yep, definitely an interesting play. Do they cross the map? Do they play for the boss? Looks like they're not playing across the map. Leaving Johanna on the bottom point right now. I feel like I maybe would have left the Hanzo, because you already have enough damage without the Hanzo. And there's the global Dragon Arrow, as we saw just come out right there. Perhaps a little premature. I just fizzed attempting to spin in, but Ox responds with the immediate cocoon. Already broken, though. And it looks like all of the shots are just gonna go to Phi Mu Rho without much contest.
Yeah, and looking at these ult choices here, we got Longboat Raid.
Oh.
I haven't seen that talent in like a year, I feel like.
Oh, wait, there's a bit of a skirmish going on in the top lane. Huge expulsion zone. Echo does natural agility out of it, but Silver Ripper, even with Nano, goes down just too squishy into the face of that Anubarak, Sylvanas, Zarya, Lucio pressure. Just so much on him in the immediate response. That lack of mobility is probably going to be punished more than once this game.
Yeah, iProbe 1 just had really good execution there. Looks like another
Thunderblade.
Ooh, he just skirts on out of there. But consume souls, I don't think it's enough though.
Wait a second, Ox. Wait, Zadie. Oh, take the E. No! Loot! Thunderblade? Alright, Thunderblade's gonna get out of there. Just one kill in favor of Phi Mu Rho. But honestly, they're still down about 3/4 of a level at this point. They've still got Vikings pressure. You've got to do better than that. A kill here and there, that's not going to be enough to overturn just the unstoppable tide of that experience that you're getting from the Lost Vikings every lane all the time.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. I feel like Fire Mode just needs to make it happen. Like, they need to be a bit more aggressive on these rotates, a bit more looking for picks. And, they are finally going to look to steal the siege camp successfully. iProbe 1 is looking to take mid here, which I don't hate, just to finish it off real quick.
They do have the 13 advantage approaching any second at this point. Stun going out onto Johanna. Iron Skin is down. That's actually fairly relevant. They're looking at approaching this tower right now with the wave that's being built up, and if they know Albatox doesn't have that survivability tool, Albatox is now a credible kill target. Maybe not the highest priority, but credible. We see the push off and boop on Echo and Silver Ripper from Thunderblade. Sound barrier barely makes it out without being interrupted by Echo's Dragon Arrow. I just Fizz standing on that enemy backline. Beautiful expulsion to keep the damage off of the Zarya's team. Zadie barely making it out, but Anubarak not quite so lucky. Vision Arrow barely misses Zadie. Not quite sure if it would have gotten the kill. But not bad from Phi Mu Rho.
But like, while this is happening, Vikings is just doing their thing.
Yep. We see top temple even going to go to steal a few shots off bot temple right now. I don't know. I'm actually kind of worried though. This is a decent push out of Phi Mu Rho being set up, but no, I think they'll play the temples here.
Yeah, it's a bit rough to push down this bottom lane because you got the classic death bridge.
Let's see here, really walking away with the Olaf. Olaf's definitely not going to make it out of here alive. A little bit of jump to buy time. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe I spoke too soon. I would have died if we saw the consumed souls into the Zarya shield there. It would have been absolutely fantastic.
That would have been beautiful, I'm not gonna lie.
The entire time this goes on, Baylog just chugging away alongside Eric a few seconds ago, happily taking the entire top temple.
We used Cocoon mid here. I'm not sure what they're trying to get out of it.
Oh, okay. I just fizzed running down Olaf, no fear at all. Olaf's gonna jump out of there. I just fizzed sticking around, not really running away nor hard committing. This wave's...
This game is weirdly even.
Yeah, I keep thinking it's gonna go one way. I think, okay, Probe 1's got the insane push. They're gonna get ahead. And then I think, alright, we're seeing insane team fight out of Phi Mu Rho. They're gonna get ahead. And no. But I will say, this game went from even an XP to a half-level lead for Probe 1 in seconds. Just that
Yeah.
Vikings pressure, it's just eternal, and you have to keep making those kill plays onto the other team to not just continually fall behind in that experience. So I'm really hoping that we see something big on this top push, or maybe an aggressive play or something out of Phi Mu Rho, because every second that passes, they're just falling more and more behind in this experience.
Yeah, and that problem with the taking that siege camp is Vikings is just gonna freeze the lane. Like, I don't see Fire Mill getting any soak bot in mid right now just because of how pushed out their lanes are. It's gonna be pretty rough trying to get 16 into the Vikings.
Yep, they're not going to hit 16, and there's this Bruiser camp, which does make it a little bit harder to get the team fight. I just Fizz looking for an aggressive flank onto Thunderblade, but between the speed boost, the push off, the Zarya shield, it's just not going to happen. Way too survivable. Oh, and then again, another attempt right there into the immediate sound wave from Thunderblade and the Zarya personal barrier.
They're looking for something. I think they need to do a blessed into arrow combo if they want to secure these kills here.
Exactly. They have to recognize that they're on a limited timer right here, and that that map pressure is just going to keep chugging along. Oh, it's Cocoon onto the Sonya. They still have the Bruiser Spellcamp shield alive right now. Not quite much gotten out of the Anubrak engage right now. And they know that Probe 1 is down an ult, but Sonya doesn't quite have hers either. And Eric's already back on that top temple, stealing a few shots in favor of Probe 1.
I don't hate how passive Probe 1 is. I like to see a bit more trading, just to kind of pressure Fire Mo, but it's fine. Vikings getting value.
Expulsion onto Mephisto's return point in the immediate response of Blessed plus Dragon Shield. Ox going right onto Envy to try and pressure them out of being able to heal their team effectively, but Zadie on the Sylvanas does go down. That's a triple kill for Mephisto. One of those was a Viking, keep in mind. That's a quad kill for Silver Ripper. And we see just exactly what a Mephisto can do to a team that's too clumped. They got a little bit too big for their britches right there. Tried to go for the kill. And we see Phi Mu Rho just respond with a force.
They might go for end here.
I think they definitely go for the end here. All you've got is a Lucio Vikings.
And they have the redemption for the core and the Sonya.
What does that do? Is that maybe the first longboat raid in the game? Oh, Envy. Now the grenade.
It's getting pretty good damage in, but it looks like it's not enough. But it's enough to scare them.
Wow. Longboat raid value actually stopping what, in my opinion, should have been a guaranteed core. Okay.
I can't believe you said those words. Longboat value.
I think maybe if Envy plays a little bit further back, aims down her sights with that usage of the trait button, and plays a little bit more safely, I think they can go for it, but they were able to pressure Envy out, and that did spook Phi Mu Rho into playing it off.
Yeah, I think iProbe 1 needs to stop trying to look for fights. They have like a noob still. They need to just go start hitting towers. Looks like he's gonna just take a siege camp.
Looks like that's exactly what we've got Rucktel saying in the chat. Probe 1 should never take these fights, just go punch buildings. And we've also got Somniorum saying that Longboat is the best ult in the game.
I'm gonna have to hard disagree with that.
Hey, you'll find no arguments from me after that last fight. We've got some pressure here. That's a Dragon Arrow. Zarya's personal shield is down. Blessed Shield follow-up condemned. Lucio doesn't get the ult off on Thunderblade. Davidiakos maybe gonna go down as well, too. That's Mephisto. Double kill. Hanzo Mephisto getting the Lucio and the Zarya. Eiko says, you're not going anywhere today, Ox. All kinds of pressure. They've got a siege camp backing them up right after. Vikings doing their best to pressure the rest of the map, but honestly, at this point, just the siege is gonna be too much. 3 people dead, only a Sylvanas and a Vikings, no front line to protect the Sylvanas. I think Phi Mu Rho can just run it down.
Yeah, but it looks like they're hitting the keep here. I'm not sure if they're able to get some more here, especially with Longbow raid up here.
Oh, Longboat value, I'm ready.
Huge
and
value, and
that's your typical Longboat raid right there.
Yeah, they're hitting core. This might be it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely it. Like, we've barely got Lucio coming up right now. Zarya's not for another 3 seconds. They've got it. The Giants and the Catapult alone are just so much pressure. Thunderblade trying to boop them off to get them out of core range, and it's just not enough. Phi Mu Rho takes the series 2-1 in just an incredibly contested series overall. Could have been anybody's game for those last 2 games. I love what we saw right there. Absolutely fantastic. What do you think, funbunz?
I think if your condition of winning relies on longboat, you're in for a rough one.
Ooh, I have not seen a longboat pick in a very long time. That is, I'm just gonna swap scenes right here so that we can see the full thing right here. You've got 64 kilobyte marathon. Gain an additional 40% move speed when activating Go Go Go. Wow, that's the sprint 16 coming out of the Vikings. I think that's a bit interesting. A bit lowers their ability to CC chain in fights. I almost feel like I would have preferred to see the Olaf stun on the charge. So then you've got the Anub stun, Olaf stun, Sylvanas Wailing Arrow. You can make something happen with that.
Yeah, I think the problem with the iProbe 1 Vikings comp is they just brawl too much. Like it's macro versus team fight. Macro wins that if they can execute their macro out.
For
But
sure.
they were just too busy fighting topside.
Yeah, like the only way I think Phi Mu Rho could have taken that is if they're fighting, because if you just play this sort of rat playstyle of like we're just gonna hard siege and we're gone, and we're gonna hard siege that and then we're gone, you know what I mean? Like I feel like Phi Mu Rho has no real answer to that. They have no map pressure. they have no map pressure on the side of Phi Mu Rho, and maybe a bit of a failure to recognize that on the side of Probe 1, but I gotta say, I still think, even in light of that, that was anybody's game for most of it.
Yes.
Beautiful huts.
Really good series.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
for
happy
sure.
with the series.
I don't want to go back to doing my homework, dude.
Do we have any post-game interviews?
Do we have post-game interviews? I hadn't set it up, but I mean, I can ask. Here, let me see. Why not? Let me see. I just fizzed. Hey, any of y'all want to hop in Discord and do a post-game interview?
We should probably hop in Heroes if we do.
Yeah, let's go over there right now. Heroes Lounge 2019. We just saw Probe 1 versus Phi Mu Rho Gaming.
We're doing it.
We're in Match Lounge.
Wait, there's an interview room.
Oh, is
like
there?
Right down there.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Alright. We're currently awaiting a response from the side of Phi Mu Rho to see if any of them want to do a post-game interview. No camera, just voice. We're in the Heroes Lounge Discord interview room. Send in your best player.
Your best player.
Kappa. They should have had a bigger damage dealer than Sylvanas. I couldn't see that. I don't know. I feel like they kind of had enough damage, but I can definitely see that working out better. I don't know. I feel like
we got Silver here. How are you feeling, man?
Really good after that set. That was a lot of fun. Game 2 and Game 3 were great. And then I was just sort of sitting on Game 1 watching.
So I gotta say, Silver Ripper, from the second I saw you lock in that Mephisto alongside that Ana, I was ready to see some big team fights. I was ready to see some chain bursts on 5 people at a time, and you did not disappoint.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
What were the comms like while you were just shredding everybody alive to the tune of 78,000 hero damage?
Well, let me give you a quick rundown. First, our tank will say go in, and then I get Zarya ulted. As soon as I get silence, as soon as the silence from Sylvanas fades, I then tell my healer, "Nano me, please."
Please, Nano
me.
We're good.
And I gotta say, other than like one or two times here and there, it worked like a charm. Absolutely fantastic.
Their combo was definitely meant to counter us. I feel like their downfall was actually the Lost Vikings, not because it didn't offer a bunch of XP, but because our team is just really good at macro. So it didn't really offer much more than them getting an early fort, because we still won the first objective, which neutralized that early fort. So,
and did you guys see the Vikings coming, or was that surprising?
We weren't positive. We saw something coming. We weren't sure.
Oh, sorry. Hold on a second. We're getting no sound from the player here. Let me just swap out my audio. Yeah, give me just 1 second here. I'm terribly sorry, stream. Okay. Now let's see.
Scuffed.
Talk to us, Silver.
Hello.
Silver Ripper, talk to us.
Anyway, would you like to repeat the question?
Silver Ripper, in the 10-second version, how are you feeling, and what were your comms like that game?
Well, I felt pretty good about that game, and the comms were pretty hectic, and we basically just went in a line and destroyed stuff. I don't know.
Hell yeah, my guy. Got exactly what you wanted to do. From the second you locked in the pick, from that, we all knew what you were trying to do, and you pulled it off. I love it. Beautiful stuff all around. Do you have any other questions for our player here, funbunz?
Congratulations.
That's
all I
not a
gotta say.
question.
Oh, okay. Should I just do the shoutouts?
For sure. Do you have any shoutouts for us, Silver Ripper?
Do I have any shoutouts? Shoutouts to the rest of my team. Especially to Envy Hots.
Ooh.
Specifically because he's actually streaming right now.
Okay.
And he streamed all 3 games from our perspective.
Oh, fantastic.
You wanna plug that stream?
Yeah, make sure to go check out Envy Hots, everybody. If you wanna go hear the comms for yourselves instead of just through a muted microphone or through a low sound microphone. All right, everyone. Okay, one last question, and then we're gonna call it on this interview. If you had to pick one player other than yourself to be the MVP for this series, who would it be? Either team.
That is a tough one for sure. Got to admit that if it was for their team, it's the Lucio because he did some insane plays. And if it was for our team, I would honestly have to say it's our offlaner because he's doing a lot more than you think. Like, because I know generally broadcasters don't pay too much attention to offlane. But he soaks pretty much everything we need him to. He'll double soak. He'll roam down. He'll get the camps. He does it all, and it just makes our ability to act as a 4-stack or a 3-stack much easier.
As
an offlane player myself, I appreciate it.
I can personally say in my time as a team captain and as a shot caller, just as a player on some very high-level teams, having an offlane that just knows what to do, that you don't have to babysit, you don't have to coordinate, they just go where they're supposed to go, it makes a world of difference.
Oh, and then one quick shout out to Raktel, who's in the chat right now for filling in for me game.
For sure. Alright, GG Silver Ripper. Fantastic performance. Lovely game 3. Lovely series. Thank you for playing for us tonight.
Thank you. I'll catch you guys later.
See you later.
See ya.
Alright, everyone. This has been a fantastic stream here tonight. I had a lot of fun with this series. It definitely was very nice for my second cast, no longer to be solo, to have my bud funbunz here. Thank you very much, funbunz.
Yeah, no problem. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Been liking him.
HGC who? I ain't never met her. No.
Who? What?
Yeah, no.
Never heard of that.
This is the primo competitive HOTS experience right here, baby. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and look for a host here tonight. I hope that you all have a fantastic night, everyone. Let's see. We've got Kaiberries. Let's go ahead and send y'all over to Kaiberries here tonight. Can you see talents, please? Okay, here. Right before we go, Sven.